Hi, so this is Jai Kumar. My student ID is 101236674, and this is my submission for assignment 04 for applied data science. So first of all, we'll import the required libraries, pandas, numpy, and matplotlib.pyplot, and the acronyms for that. So let's run that. So first of all, we are asked to put the values into the data frame. So we're using the pandas dot read CSV. So it reads the CSV file and converts it into data frame. Let's run that. So we have a data frame now. So the first three values of the data frame are here, as we can see. So now what we have to do is we have to drop model temporarily, not permanently. So this is how it will look without the value of model. And for question 4, we were asked to remove the value of model without using in place. So we'll do that. We'll input the value of the dropped file into the data frame, and as we can see, we do not have a model anymore. For question number 5, we were asked to remove rows number 1, 3 and 5. So the indexes for those rows are 0, 2 and 4. Access is 0 for removing the rows, and the 4 values that we can see after that are a value number with index number 1, 3, 5, 6. So this is value number 2, 4, 6 and 7. For number 6, we were asked to find out the mean for the range. So I use the round function here, the string round function, so that the mean could be only for 2 decimal places, and the mean is 297.28 or 28. For question number 7, we were asked to find out how many type f's we have in the data frame, which is 49. So there are 49 values which have type f's in the data frame. Now for the type data frame, we were asked to replace all the values that had an F to a AAA, and we will check it out. As you can see, the type of index number 6 has changed to AAA. For number 8, we were asked to remove the square brackets and the dollar sign, and so we removed it, and it now has only the number value, but the data type of this column will still remain the same. It's an object. So to change that, we'll use the as type operator, which we were asked to do in question number 9, and then we will again check the data type. So it will be int64. Yes. And all right, so for the question number 10, we were asked to calculate the mean of cost column altogether. So we rounded it to be only to 2 decimal places for it to look better. So string function of round, and then we use my data frame and the cost function of that, and then the mean, and then only to 2 decimal places. So here it is. The mean is 54.54. Now for the now we'll group it by the continents. It'll still be up to 2 decimals, and the mean of cost grouped by continents. So for all the different continents, these are the mean costs for the data frame. Now we were asked to find the minimum value, maximum value, and standard deviation of costs grouped by continent. So we'll group the data frame by continents in all the 3 cases. This is the minimum function, the maximum function, and the standard deviation function. Let's run that. So these are the minimum values, these are the maximum values, and this is the standard deviation of all the values. Now for number 12, We were supposed to find the minimum values grouped by continents for all the columns that had a numerical value. So I use this variable target to find out what columns had a numerical value. So I used numpy here and the number function. So it only has the columns that have a numerical value. So minimum, maximum, and standard deviation. Let's go. And as you can see, the value ID, range, value, and costs, these are the numerical values, and you can see that we are iterating over them. Now for number 13th, we were asked to find the mean of all values grouped by continents and then uh, plot a bar chart according to that. So we'll do that, and this is the bar chart. So as we can see, the mean of IDs is the most because it keeps increasing. The range, the value, and the cost are right here, and we can see these are the mean of all numerical values grouped by continents. So for number 14, we were asked to find how many values are there in continents, like the unique values. So North America has 143 rows, Australia 142, Africa 142, Europe 139, and so on. Now we'll find, like, we find the number of times these are appearing, and we'll find the percentage of continents in the whole data frame. And let's go. So we can see North America is 15.1%, Australia is 14.99%, Africa is 14.99%, Europe, South America, and we can see all the percentages. Now we had to find the unique values in continent column and the number of unique values in continent column. So the unique values are the names of continents, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 unique values in here. Alright, for number 17th, we were asked to find the value count for cost, and we were asked what does the value count do. So what it does is it shows us how much of unique values are present. Like for the cost 35 there are 20 different rows, for cost 56 there are 19 rows, and so on, and for like cost 24 there are only 2 rows. Now after that we were supposed to plot a histogram for the cost function, and here it is. Now after that we were asked to plot a histogram again, but with 50 bins. It means that the value would be more accurate and the histogram will be divided into much smaller parts. Let's see it. As you can see, it is much more accurate than this version. So as we increase the number of bins, it increases the accuracy of the histogram. For number 20th, we were asked to find the number of total values and then how many values are missing in zip code and type columns, which have null values too. So the only 2 columns that contain none values are type, zip, and code. So let's check it out. As you can see, all of them is 947 except type and zip code. So zip code and type have null values in them. Now after dropping rows with missing values, let's see, there are only 936 rows that have 0 missing values, so none of the properties is null for them, none of the columns is null. For number 22, we were asked to find the value counts for non-null values and also the null values. So let's see. As you can see, there are 2 null values and we have 2 missing values, right? So for number 23, um, for all the null values that we have for not a number, NaN stands for not a number. We were supposed to fill these values with triple X, and then we'll show you how it looks. So as you can see, not a number has changed to triple X. Now we will drop all the null values that we have, and then we will show how many columns that we have left in the table, which are 938, and as compared to 936, the two values that were null were replaced by triple X for the type. Now for number 25, we were supposed to change the index of the whole data frame to ID, and then we will display the head and find the value of cell with ID 70 and column header value. So the value for ID 70, let's check it out, and for the ID 70 we have the value 24, and you can see here the value is 24, the ID 70. So for number 26, we were supposed to find the index, columns, and the shape of the data frame, and then we were supposed to reset the index and then again find these three values for it. So first of all, the indexes are 20, 40, 60, 70, and so on. The columns are range, value, type, zip code. As you can see, we have no ID in here. The shape is 938, 6. I mean 6 columns, 938 rows. Now for the after we set the index values, we have ID, range, value. As you can see, the ID has come back, and there are 7 columns in the data frame now. Again, for number 27, we are supposed to describe the data frame and find the value that lies on the first row and the third column. Let's check it out. So for the first row and first, second, third column, it's 938.00, and here it is. For number 28, we were supposed to find the value counts in the continents and sort the values. So we have Antarctica, Asia, South America, Europe, Africa, Australia from value counts. And now if we sort the indexes, then we'll see that it'll be, this field will be, the continents will be in the alphabetical order. Let's go. Yes, as you can see, Africa, Antarctica, Asia, Australia, Europe, North America, South America are in the alphabetical order. And for 29th, we're supposed to display the rows 1, 3, 5, and 7 indexes. And here you go. Also, the first 7 rows with the type and the continent only. And here it goes. So for the first 7 rows, the type and continents are shown here. For the last question, we were supposed to find out the function the value column, and which had the type triple X, which were only 2 because we replaced it, and these are the values 42 and 37. So that will be everything in the explaining of assignment 4 by Jai Kumar, 101236674. Hope you have a good day. Thank you.